right. Continuing where we left off here. So still blocking out the shape of the level. Some of these might disappear, but um, generally speaking, I feel like uh, these the shapes of these could be cool. I'm actually realizing I kind of want this to be blocked off. Kind of want this to be blocked off. I don't want the most obvious path to be. Well, do I? I kind of want to put a door here, or like a gate or something that you have to break through. Or actually, maybe, you know what? Maybe you have to. I have a better idea. Using the two thing rule. Maybe what we do instead is like a boulder. Maybe you have to smash, give a little bit more clearance. Something like that, so you could run up to it. Okay. So maybe you run, you hit a boulder that's parked right here. Should be a little bit more room. Because if you're gonna shove a boulder, it's got to be taller than this. Let's do that. Something like this. And if it something where it can easily slope down, and then maybe get stuck. Maybe it gets stuck like here. I don't know, something like that. Yeah, it shouldn't be able to come back out. So let's actually make this a little bit more something like that. So I should kind of keep the ball down, push it out of there. And then yeah, something like that. That should be sharper. Giant. Right. A little bit too sharp. Wow. Okay. Um, this feels all right. Okay. So let's do props here. We're gonna make a big boulder. That actually, let's go back. This should be like on a flat. It's sitting on a fairly flat thing. We just have to play with the density of it or the mass of it to make sure that the player can't push it away unless they're the right size. But let's draw that rock. Big, fairly straight. Yeah, something like that. That feels about right. And then we need to outline it. Oop. And then shift O. Okay. Oh, it won't. Lame. It won't do it because of magic selected it, really? I gotta give it a little clearance. Shift O. There we go. Okay. That should make it fairly obvious that it's interactable. And I just realized up here on the anchor, we're kind of breaking the rule here. I think, well, am I? No, I think having the outline makes, maybe the outline's most clear. If this green, no, actually, it's gonna have a green background. Okay. Okay. Cancel what I said. Or I don't even know if I actually said it. I was probably just blabbing. Shift O. Apply. Oops. I think this rule, this like, because the background is green, you need to also have like another dark outline, I think, to make it obvious that this is a interactable object. And my anchor up here is not really following this rule correctly. This, I think, should be gone like this. Because otherwise it looks like this chain is interactable and it is not. Yeah, okay. And it's also making me realize if I want the player to notice that they should hit this anchor, you know what? This could be cool if maybe what I was originally thinking with this anchor blocking something isn't as cool as if I had. Let's, first of all, let's merge these. X, B, okay. So if I take this, if I was to take this anchor and then later, maybe the goal is to hit it from this side, tilting the anchor over, which then could block this, and then maybe you can reach something that's here. That feels, because it wouldn't block anything off, really. If this chain, I could use this chain to block off this anyway. Then you smack this over. I'd have to animate that, otherwise the pixels are going to be nasty. And then yeah, you would still be able to reach this area through here. And you wouldn't, well, but then now I had the other problem where like you wouldn't, you might not be able to notice. Well, I'm using pixel art. Maybe I could make, because I have the screen resolution so small, maybe I could make this anchor in like a higher quality, not pixel art version, so that when I stick it in the game, I can rotate this thing and it will look okay. Because I do think it maybe should be a physics object. And when you hit it, it can kind of rock a little bit, but you have to be really big in order to completely knock it over to reach the area up here. But then again, no, maybe I don't actually. Maybe I want to cheat it because I want the anchor to be like predictable. I want you to be able to hit it and it rock exactly into position. But I could use, I might have to scale, I might have to make this art cleaner so that I can do that. But the, I like the idea of, yeah, this chain connecting across here. So this is blocked anyway. So you're not really losing a path, but you see the anchor, and maybe you can actually see the fish over here. No, because you'll be in this frame. But maybe you can hear them. Maybe you can hear them like calling for you or something, so that you know, oh, it's over there, but this anchor is in the way. And I should probably put something that this anchor can pivot on here. So let's do that. Let's go 20. Let's just do this. Something like that. So it looks kind of like mud. Yeah, that feels okay. And then here. Okay. Yeah, that feels okay. And then this will be blocked off anyway. Should I even bother getting into this? Getting into the weeds on this art. It would be cool to like actually see something sort of finished, so I guess I could do, I gotta do the same thing where I use like a crazy color. It's so hard to see. Let's just do something like this. Uh, Something kind of like this. That's not right. It should be shorter. Something like this. Yeah, something like that. And then we would have to do the another one of these links to be kind of like this. A little bit more like that. Too deep, too deep. Something like this. And then yeah, something like this. And then we could do a one. Yeah, these are supposed to be kind of rounded anyway, but I'm not doing a very good job of rounding it. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that feels okay. Maybe a little bit smaller. Let's go 16. I don't know if you're ever gonna see this area here. Yeah, it would make sense to see it. Yeah, okay. So these are going to be does that. Yeah, that feels okay ish. A little bit long here. Whoops. Yeah. God. Sitting here finessing these could take forever. Okay. And then that gap feels okay. This feels a little bit wide. Do this. Yeah. There we go. Feels a little bit long as well. Look, I'm drawing pickle silhouettes. Hmm. Um, man, just like outlining this thing is bananas with these colors. Okay. Now that I kind of have that spacing, I feel like I can get away with not. It's gonna be something like that. So no, that is ugly. That's better. Probably still even more. And no, that doesn't work. This thing needs to go up. There we go. This is super fun to watch, I bet. You're sitting at home thinking, I could be on Netflix, or I could be listening to music instead. I'm watching Yael draw pixels, uh, pixel pickles. I think I'm gonna have to just kind of position these a little bit still, but this feels more like the right size. Okay. Now a tough thing about like jams is actually knowing when to tell the artist to make something. And in this case, I feel like, I mean, obviously this, I could block this out and tell the artist, like, you know, can you make a better looking chain or whatever? But generally speaking, like this whole level, I mean, I'm kind of making art, and I don't think, I mean, I guess you could do concepts, but I'm kind of like blocking out the level with art and then cleaning it up as I go. So it's a little bit tricky to like tell someone when they should start. Um, but I guess right now would be the point where you start. I should probably continue blocking this out, like the level, and stop finessing this chain, honestly. But it has to get done eventually. But this is probably something I should have a artist do. Um, um, oh, nope. I need to outline this guy. Separate these. Actually, no. This is going to be over top. I need to do this. And this. There we go. Cool. This way, it's clear what's happening. Paint. Whoops. Cool. I can paint that though. Purple. And that's where I should have done this. No. Yes. This is defining where it's coming out on the bottom. And is that where the... Okay. I'm just going to keep doing this. I have this suspicion that my face looks incredibly intense right now. This feels okay. But yeah, the chain isn't interactable, so I need to do this. Oop. Yeah. That feels all right. Oh man, this is gonna take a bit. I wonder if there is a better way. If that's the thickness of it, then I can kind of guarantee that it was like 16. No, 12. Yeah, let's do 11. That's weird. Okay. Then I can do this. There we go. And then I'm just going to draw this up in here. Whoa. That, well, it's fine. Perspective. It's possible, yeah. The chain could just be turned like this. This could be kind of more of the top of the chain and with the back hidden. Yeah, like the chain's just a little twisted. That's fine. You might not think it's fine, but I think it's fine. Wish I could play some music or something. I guess I could, but oh, this actually needs to continue across something like this. Um, yeah, yep. Okay. Sometimes trying to shortcut like that, just waste time I didn't have. Okay. Yep, this should be almost kind of bubbled out because it's the inside of the other one. Okay. Yeah, and the other one's gonna overlap this, so it should be something more like that. Okay. Yeah, almost there. Sorry, I keep grunting. I just realized that, but you can't tell is that this room is hot and I have the AC off. And I'm hot. Um, but I'm not really saying that much either. Let me turn it on. Probably gonna hear that noise floor come up when I talk, but okay. For anyone who thinks pixel art is like the easiest thing in the world, know that it is not. It's very tedious. It's easy and harder at the same time because you have more limitations. Limitations can be easier and can also be harder. Kind of like the fact that I can only use 2 colors makes making things readable a little tougher. But it also kind of helps with the art style. It helps you have less choice paralysis. So that's one thing that it helps with. Okay. Yeah. Almost there. Oh, probably shouldn't do this part yet because I gotta still connect this chain. What was that, 11? I think that's what I was using. This one should be straight. Eh. Man, I was so close there for a second. Let's do that. That feels all right. Still feels kind of big actually. There we go. Man, that does feel big. Let's move this down. There, it feels better. We're kind of touching each other. Yeah, that feels good. Do I actually need to show all of these links? And I feel like maybe not. Maybe I just need to see the outside shape. Because this almost kind of feels like it's going to be interactive. Maybe it'll be more obvious when I get it in the game, but I don't want it to read as interactive. This can be longer, I think. There we go. And I can probably even move this down a little bit further. Let's finish this out. How are we doing on time? We almost at the hour? Nope, only been half an hour. Nice. Okay. And I could probably do the rest of these actually here like this. Nope. Feels okay. Nope. Feels off. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Feels good. So close to being done with this anchor and chain. At some point, I probably should have combined these so that I could just do a quick, kind of auto outline. But at this point, I don't know what I've already outlined. The theme of this game is kind of interesting, even though I think fish aren't generally interesting. I love to eat fish, but I think as a matter of their obvious smelliness and if someone told me they made a fish game, I would be like, what? I don't know if I'd be excited to play it. But there's something kind of interesting, I think, about where I'm going with this, and I hope it turns out as as good as I think it might be, or better, but I don't know. It's hard to know when you can't really just focus on a few things and you have to focus on everything. In a, I mean, obviously in a jam you can work with other people, but in this jam I'm working alone, so I have more. Oh, I am getting sidetracked. Okay. And I think that's it. I actually like how this looks with there being no separation here. That feels more like environment that isn't going to change, but the anchor is going to change. And I just realized my idea earlier about making the anchor rock. I might just have to do an animation. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Maybe when you smack this and it finally breaks, you're not gonna be in this frame anyway, and maybe I just change this to just like one other image, so you'll never actually see it anyway. Yeah, let me. I like not seeing, at least in between them. I like not seeing the. That feels better. I don't think you need to see the separation. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if I need this like green layer. Man, I really did it, huh? I just spent all this time. Okay. Okay. I think I can quickly remove it though. Let's erase. Delete. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't see that before. This is actually okay. There we go. Yeah, this is okay too. And then, yeah, here's where I'm going to start erasing. The green actually isn't going to stand out at all because it will have a green background. It's just if the fish swims right up next to it, then you're going to see this green outline. Okay. Time to delete, boys. Okay. No, don't want to delete that. Actually, let's do this. And this can be painted. Soink. Actually, these. Yeah, these should be deleted there. It's gonna make it a little bit too chunky. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Maybe I should delete this green outline just for consistency. Actually, oh man, cool. Let's turn these into dark tiles. Okay. So I pretty much did this a while ago, and now I'm just deleting work I didn't need to do. This is super fun, by the way. Probably the most fun part of game development is deleting stuff that you did already, that you didn't need to do. Yep. Yeah, let's be consistent as much as I don't want to have to delete all these. See what I'm saying? Pixel art. Instead of outlining with like a generic outline that you can undo, now I'm going through and deleting pixel by pixel sometimes. Probably should have duplicated this or something. But I was trying to do two things at once because it's a jam, and thought I'd be saving time by outlining as I go, but that was a mistake. Happens. So close to being done. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know if I need this separation now. It does look kind of cool though. Like it does give you some, detail. Like Maybe what I should do is on this side, I should highlight just maybe I can have this slide, but if I have this side highlighted, then it will be clear that this side of the anchor is meant to be hit. And I could do yeah, I think I'm gonna move on from the anchor for now. I think this is okay. I might end up deleting this later. Doesn't really matter, but this really kind of fills out the level, I think. And let's continue blocking the rest of the level out. 26, I believe, is the size I was using for the fish, for the gap. Yes. Okay. We have a ball that's gonna roll down here, get stuck. This, I think it would feel good if when you cruise through this area, it's kind of open, probably open top. I don't know if that could be cool. 26. Yeah, more or less. Maybe there's like a really narrow. That could be cool. Otherwise, it should be kind of like this. Maybe gotta kind of swim up and over. Yeah, I mean, that feels okay. All right. So we swim up. It's kind of open. Maybe we should have an entrance up on the top here. Like a little hallway. And maybe it's, yeah, we should do that. No, nope, a little bit too high. Up, down, up. I think that's more interesting. And then we'd do something like this. Kind of like a jagged hole. And then they're going to go up into this interesting little can the fish get through here? I think so. Is it going to be fun? I don't think so unless I do this maybe. So you can't go straight up into it. Okay. And then, yeah, we have this little, I kind of did the same thing up here actually. Maybe it just goes to like a little, like just kind of opens up into this little like area. Maybe it's like a fish's house or something. I don't know. Could be kind of cute if there was like a little living space here for fish. Yeah, this still feels okay. And then I can do something like this. Just straight up wall. And then this is where you would get up here to hit this. Let's do this. So maybe it's like multi-level little corner here with a bunch of plants, all just harmoniously hanging out. This will give us room to run and smack this thing. But maybe we do this to kind of help the player realize that this area, this is the area they want to stay in order to hit the anchor. Maybe just to make the room clearly, let's do something like that. Could be nice to have a little blob island. Yep. This is weird though. You're gonna pop into this room, then it's gonna be kind of open, and I kind of feel like it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be able to go straight up into this space. That feels better. More memorable. Let's round that off because that's going to be annoying. Yeah. Goes up in here pretty clear where the edges are. Let's keep going with this so that we can't go in through this corner. I don't know what this space should be. What shapes haven't I done yet? I actually think these are going to be closed off. Closed off. And then here we're going to do, has to be 3 or something like that wide. Maybe I can't. I need to be able to get. Let's do this. And let's just make this like a little pocket of air, basically. And maybe even fill. Yeah, let's fill that in. You don't need 2 ways to go in there. It's not going to make the game more fun. Just makes it. Okay. That feels okay. You'll never. Well. No. It's just going to be like a rocky edge. Paint. Did I ever move that? I did not, but I probably shouldn't make those one thing. Okay. So we can only, this feels okay. I need to test it. But this feels okay. I still need to close up these because I kind of want this to be the only opening here. So we go up here, and let's Let's kind of do like a little pyramid thing. Something like that. Oops, probably could have done it right on this. There we go. Little spike. Okay. And then kind of the same. Should. Another spike. Another spike. So something like that. Flatten it out. Yeah, that feels okay, I think. Where's my fill tool? Oh. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that feels okay. Now, getting these into Unity, I think what I'm going to have to do is like... I should test it first. Okay, next video, I'm going to test this in Unity.